Just so there's nothing on the screen, we'll just show it like this. So I want to talk about this graphic right here. I'm just going to keep my head over here while we talk about it. Okay, so does this make sense to everybody? This is a toddler that has lost everybody around him, so he is now an orphan. That turns into a small child that fights with a slingshot and a rock, and as long as he lives, turns into a resistance fighter. Is there anybody that is sort of unclear on why this happens? Because I'm not unclear on it. I understand full and well how this turns into this. 85% of people in Hamas are orphans. How did they become orphans? Well, they became orphans like this, from Israel constantly bombing their homes and their hospitals and their camps and their schools. So this is a very, very sad reality. And everybody needs to understand, justification is very different than an explanation. And if you're still here, I have a question. I'm curious about people's moral compass. So, if you are this toddler right here, and your family, and your friends, and your extended family, and everybody that you know is killed by this government right here, do you turn into this kid that starts fighting? And does this kid, as long as you live, turn into this man who starts to fight against these people who made him an orphan?
"23 years ago, this picture was taken where this Palestinian child is throwing rocks at this IDF tank. The picture went viral and it was known as the David and Goliath moment. His name was Odeh and he started skipping school to throw rocks at huge military tanks that the IDF would send. His parents tried to stop him. They tried to lock him in his room. They grounded him, but he would sneak out and he would still do this. So he was really scared of getting photographed because he was scared of his parents, punishment. One day when he was throwing rocks at the IDF tanks, the IDF ended up shooting him in the neck and he bled out on the ground. His friends could not grab him because he was too close to the tanks and they were scared that they were going to get shot as well. So he ended up bleeding out in front of one of the tanks that he was throwing rocks at because the IDF shot him in the neck. So rest in peace, Odeh.
One who kept screaming, "He's breathing, I swear he's breathing," as a last glimpse of hope when the doctor told him, "I'm sorry for your loss." One who wrote his family's names on their hands, so when they die, they get recognized under the rubble. One who told his family to gather in one spot in the house while they were bombed, so they all died together. One who cried his heart out because he promised his mom to celebrate her birthday, but the bombs were faster to take her soul. One who is covered with blood, reassuring his little brother that he will be okay when nothing was okay. One who kept staring at his dying mom, waiting for her to look back in the eye, to tell him that she's just fine. One who survived with his little sister from outside, but dead deep inside with the rest of the family. One who's 6 years old and survived, but was shivering alone among the crowd. One whose last words before he died were, "If we die, remember, Palestine is ours from the sea to the river."
Sometimes pictures really are worth 1,000 words, but it's 2023.
3,500 kids dead. Come on, I'm an Army colonel, I'm a former diplomat, I resigned on that war in Iraq that you taught that is a terrible thing too.
The President and I have both stressed the need for Israel to operate by the rule.
Why are we handcuffing the Palestinian man?
Committee will suspend.
Let them be at the table. Why aren't they at the table? Ceasefire now! I beg you! Ceasefire now! People! Palestinians aren't animals! Stop!
Committee will suspend, and I again ask that those in the audience respect the people in the room and allow us to continue the hearing. The hearing will suspend until the disruption is removed.